Yeah, gonna get a tat maybe, Walt?
You gonna get tatted up, bud?
No, I told my daughter I would never get a tat, just to prove a point to her that you don't need to be a badass to have a tattoo.
You don't need to be
You don't need a tattoo to be a badass.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
You don't need to be. You could still be a badass without a tattoo. And I told her I would never get a tattoo because.
Okay, so in what other way do you prove it to her? So I'm just curious.
Yeah. I told her, you got to, because she's been like bugging me that she's going to get a tattoo. As soon as she's old enough, she's getting a tattoo. And I'm like, you're not getting a tattoo. And she's like, how are you going to stop me? And I was just like, and I'm like,
you'll be crippled by then.
I tell her, I'm like, you know what? I'll stop you just with logic, I said, and I'll show you by living an example for you that you don't need to have a tattoo to be on the edge or be cool or be a badass, because look at
But you do.
No, you don't.
You do.
You remain true to yourself, and then you're the biggest badass on the planet.
According to yourself, because that's your own fucking that's your own narrative that I feel like other people are maybe not necessarily buying into.
Yeah, right.
But no, look.
Well, tattoos aren't special anymore.
They're not special, and you're not a badass just because you have a tattoo.
Yeah, to a kid they are.
But she's real
then we
artistic.
go into these fucking stores, and everybody's fucking tatted up. Like you go into,
dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, you go into that Lush, and it's like, what the fuck? Am I in 1960s Woodstock, or am I at a place that sells soap? Like everybody's tatted up, and everybody, and they talk to her, and they make it feel like like they're the cool people with the tattoos. And I try to tell her, you don't need it.
Yeah, she's like, they're like, who's the edgeless dude? Like, oh, that's my dad. Like,
you can be respected without a tattoo. I guarantee it.
Yeah, you definitely can, but not like if it's you're trying to portray the badass image, it definitely helps.
Or the rebel.
But you have to have other things to go, like piercings and shit.
She wants that too.
Nose
I'm like,
piercing
she's not
or something?
Nope, it's not happening. I said, when you can live on your own, then you can do all that stuff. Until then, don't even talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to hear it, because it's just...
She's just going to get a tattoo and hide it from you.
She won't. She won't do that.
Not today, unless it's like a prison tattoo. There's no way. There's no way anyone's getting a real tattoo.
Oh, good. Getting tattoos in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I was like, what brought that up anyway?
Yeah, so we'll be down there for a few days, and we got to turn it out pretty quickly, because we got Sunday night, and then we got to leave, Tuesday? Yeah,
we're working Monday.
I'm working Monday, so we got to get a lot in such a short amount of time.
You guys can do that, man. That's your
we'll hit the
lifestyle.
streets.
Yeah, I mean, you squeeze more in than most people do in a lifetime in one day.
Yeah, you should have seen today. We went to pinball event this past weekend.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's right. How'd that go?
It was all right. It was very, very crowded.
It was
too crowded. It was too crowded, and it was...
What was too much?
The amount of people, it was essentially from the second the door opened until it was closed, I was just...
swamped.
We were just sitting at a table signing
stuff, and...
I never even got to play pinball with people, because there were so many people. And the second I stopped early, people started complaining and wanted their money back. So it was like...
Gosh. Holy shit.
Pinball Twinz showed up. They got shut down.
Mm-hmm. The authorities.
Wow, you guys fucking...
Shut it down. Those are the exact words.
Mm-hmm.
People were getting too riled up. It was like The Who. It was like they were afraid someone was going to get trampled.
A couple people got trampled.
Somebody was going to die under a foot.
Minnie Mouse flattened. Minnie Mouse.
She's.
You don't know who she is?
No.
You're fucking busy defending fucking Jujubee.
Mickey Mouse's girlfriend, I thought.
No, there's an Impractical Jokers. She's great. She's not. There are some crazy fans in the world. She's not one.
Not
She's
TSD fans.
No.
I mean, they're all crazy. If you read the emails,
well, I mean, they're depressed,
crazy.
but they're not crazy.
Yeah, I'm
like
trying to describe her. She's very present fan. She comes to things. She shows up at a lot of places.
She
makes the rounds. She gets around to all the events.
There's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it, and her ilk, her friends,
Andrew,
are all Sherry, just. You're happy to see them. They're like actually good.
Oh, that's cool.
So if people get stomped to death, I wouldn't want it to be her.
Nah, definitely not me.
But wouldn't it be awesome if I mean, maybe not a fan, but just maybe somebody who was there to play pinball got stomped and died because of the Pinball Twins?
That'd be awesome.
That would be amazing PR.
Either one of the people who were in the tournament or one of the security people who were supposed to walk us places and then would just leave. And then you got stuck talking for a long time where you're like, you feel like a dickhead saying like, I can't keep talking. I have to move on to go do this. Like you're there for a reason. But at the end, this is when it was, Pinball Twinz got shut down and I thought like we did our raffle or they did the raffle.
And what was the raffle for? Because I don't think people know, but people who weren't there may not know what you're talking about.
Well, that's true. Yeah. So Pinball Twinz showed up and they had,
now were the
raffle
Pinball
tickets?
Twins on the title card or on the no. So this was a special appearance that no one expected.
like how Seinfeld shows up to a comedy club, unannounced.
You can't have pinball without Pinball Twins, so people had to know that they were there.
But I'll tell you what, without being announced, people seem pretty excited.
They did, yeah. They got a good reaction. But they lost your GoPro.
Lost my. I'm told I'm going to get it back Thursday, as well as your camera.
No.
No.
Your GoPro's gone. They're replacing your GoPro.
With a brand new
I hope they
GoPro?
replace it with all the shit that was like a $70 case, and part of that fucking tripod thing was another $70.
I would fucking let that be.
Are you
known.
fucking with me, or
I'm
really
not.
they lost it? Therefore, they lost our footage.
All the footage is gone.
It was destroyed. It was wiped.
Somebody else.
It was
might have
probably
footage.
going to be an embarrassment to the
And by lost, stolen.
to
I'm
the
assuming.
the promoters of the event, if so maybe they wiped it on purpose.
I don't
Quote
think so.
unquote lost it.
They're making that poor guy Tim buy you a new one. I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he's such
Poor guy. Fuck you. You got why should I take the loss?
Why should he?
Because he was the one who took
No.
responsibility for
I don't
it.
mean you should. I mean like the event.
Oh yeah.
Like,
on a
like, those
personal
coming out
level?
of- yeah.
Oh, it has come out of his
They're
pocket.
coming out of Tim's pocket. He's like the nicest dude in the world.
Nice guy. Well, what are you gonna do?
Somebody said, "Here, hold this camera." Like it wasn't nobody.
Jody told him to hold the camera.
Yeah,
The
but
guy who
nobody-
was running the event told him to hold the camera. He held the camera. He
For
should just
what's
give
he
it
holding
back
the
to me at
camera
the end.
for?
Like he was recording us when we were
Yeah.
doing that.
So he put
you
it
doing
down
what?
in a bag, but somebody grabbed his bag. That's what happened.
Right. Jody didn't tell me any of this.
Yeah, he put his bag down. Somebody else grabbed his bag and walked away and left the other bag, and they were trying to figure out who it was, but they couldn't. So
Thank Christ I didn't have anything else on it,
that was my
Like
concern.
card? Yeah, no, there was anything else on it.
So the Pinball Twins are about to, they are there.
Well, a very triumphant entrance to
Pinball
Nookie
tournament?
censored Nookie by Fred
Limp
Durst,
Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. They greeted the crowd and then they started their raffle.
Now, where is this in the is there a room? I mean, like what? How
It's a
would you?
2-floor bar / rock club, all right?
Big venue.
So the downstairs is mostly bar and like eating and shit like that. There's another room off to the side that's like a concert stage. It could hold like maybe 200 people or so.
Yeah, I think more than that.
More. Then you have upstairs.
I think downstairs 500 people.
Oh yeah, upstairs bar and a huge area for again more rock shows. Place is called the Bottom Lounge. So I guess they just do a lot of shows there. So it's on the second floor. There's a bunch of pinball machines like lining the walls. Now, if you're like, let's say you're just facing forward to the left, that's where the tournament's taking place. To the right, people are just playing pinball, and that's where we were. I'd say we were like 50 feet away from 75, maybe no longer, maybe 100 feet.
Is this
away
at
from.
night? Like what? Like was it? What time of day is this that you just decide?
5
Okay,
o'clock.
it's time. Like
5 o'clock when
5
the doors
o'clock.
open.
We didn't decide. Yeah, they decided.
Who decided? The promoters
The
or like
promoter,
okay,
yeah.
break out the Pinball Twins now.
The doors open at 5. We were
I
supposed
don't
to
think
do.
they were that excited. Like that wasn't the tone.
Jody was pretty excited for him. Jody and Jack Danger.
Did he
were
know
pretty
what was,
excited.
like? Did he know beforehand? Like, hey, like, how do you explain them? Like, hey, we're going to become these.
He knew. He was there when we
characters.
created
Okay,
them.
all right.
Yeah, he was sitting at the table
All right.
and we were like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
So 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys become the Pinball Twins, but you weren't Brian and you weren't the real Brian and Q had not appeared officially at this event yet.
No, not yet.
So you're going to make your entrance as the Pinball Twins.
Right.
Okay.
That is correct.
All right. Just trying again because I wasn't there and
Right. I miss a lot of details.
yeah. That's for sure.
I'm thinking about I'm not that goddamn camera, motherfucker.
All right. So, did you give him any lowdown on what you guys are going to do?
Yeah. Well, he knew that we were going to do a raffle.
And what was the raffle going to be?
The
for?
raffle was third place it just said goose. Second prize was goose in a pitcher, and then
Picture as in a photo.
well, they misspell everything, so you weren't exactly sure.
Okay.
And then first prize was a romantical dinner with Bry Umlaut I, which is the guy who kind of looks like you a little bit. So the goose was a little Thai Beanie Baby goose. And then the pitcher was a custom-made Pinball Twinz tournament pitcher. It was like engraved on the glass. It was like, that you pour shit out of.
So that was how much was that? A little gift.
It wasn't really that much. It was like $25.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that much. So then when it came time for first prize to be awarded.
How long in your head did you expect this whatever you guys are doing, this raffle to take
5 minutes?
Yeah, I thought it would have been pretty quick, but like Jack Danger, who's he's like the main pinball guy there.
He's a professional pinball player.
Yeah, he plays on Twitch.
His name is Jack Danger.
I don't
That's
think
his real name.
Yeah,
Wow.
How cool is that?
Well, you've got to be a badass.
He's not a badass, but he's a really super likable guy.
really likable, really nice guy.
Yeah. He might be a badass. He has tattoos.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, but we all know that that's not the
No,
sign
we-
of a
we know it's
badass.
not.
Because so many fucking pussies get tattoos today.
But James
Oh,
Murray
hey,
has
what's
the
up?
fucking
I think it takes more fucking balls and fucking character to fucking not get the tattoo today, right?
I think either way, like whatever someone wants to do, it makes no difference in terms of like if you're a badass or not. I think it helps you look like one sometimes,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean you are one, right?
All right, continue. So it's, you in your head, this is
Now
going
he's
to
mad at me.
take 5 minutes. This whole raffle event.
The raffle itself, yeah. But Jack Danger was rushing through it a little bit.
Now, Jack Danger he's a professional pinball player, and he's involved in your raffle now.
Yeah, well, we met him last year, and like I text with him, Q-text with him.
We had him off. Good guy.
So we asked if he would announce it for
Okay.
us, and he did. He announced them, and then when we got to the last one, the number was 69. The ticket.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about?
Ticket number 69.
It's like, isn't that there? Like when people hear that number, 520 or 420?
420. Yeah. So it was number 69.
Yeah, that's the winning number.
Right. Nobody has a number. But then all of a sudden, Bry Umlaut Y turns out he had the winning number. He won the grand prize.
So we wasted everybody's time. and you know the band Bare Naked Ladies?
I've heard of them.
Okay, so Ed Robertson, who's not one of the lead singers, I think there's like a thing going on there. He's sitting next to us because he was there with us appearing. He had no fucking clue. This poor guy.
No idea.
Another nice guy, by the way.
And we had met him earlier. So we
Right.
met him, and then when we came out, we're just doing this dumb shit. And I could see him looking at us too, like, what the fuck? Like, what am I a part of here?
Is he part of it?
And why? Well, he was sitting at the table because there was a table for people to sign shit. But then it was such a huge crowd around the table.
The Pinball Twins were getting swarmed, Beatles style.
Dude, it didn't look good for him for a minute. Like they got crushed. And then Jody, because I was standing on a chair, and
beating everybody off of you.
no, just
Oh, okay.
with the mic to announce it. And the guy Jody says, "All right, we got to shut it down." He's like, he hears on like a mic or like
Jody Danger.
Jody Danger, yeah.
Is that it?
No, it's Jody's.
Oh, okay, it's a
Jewish
different
name.
person.
I can't remember. Different guy, not Jack Danger. Jody, whoever.
Somebody's comes in
No,
frantic.
he was standing there the whole time, and I guess somebody called him or somebody texted him. He goes like, "Shut it down, shut it down." I don't know who he's talking to, but he kind of took the mic out of my hand and put it down on the table. So I picked it back up again, and there was a moment where I was like, in a true like WWE style, should I jump on him and like wrestle him to the ground for trying to stop the Pinball Twins? Because that's what he would do. And I'm like, we got it. if they do it again to Pinball Twins, I'm like, we got to clear a whole bunch of shit ahead of time, because it has to be more of a, like, that kind of thing should be able to happen.